Good morning, everybody. I wanted to give you all a quick video on how to complete parts 1 and 2 of your buying a house project. So I always like to preface this project by telling a quick story. This time, exactly 2 years ago, I found my current house by doing this project with the Money Skills class. So I was typing in some things on my projector, trying to show them how to search for a house in the area and, plug in all of the features that you want in a home. And I was on the house hunt fervently because we really wanted to move at the end of that school year from an apartment that we had been in for 3 years. We had 2 dogs and a baby on the way, and we could not wait to get into a house with a fenced-in yard and 2 stories and a garage and more bedrooms and bathrooms than what we had in our little apartment. And so I just so happened to look through the Realtor.com website that you all are going to be familiar with very soon, and I found the perfect house. And right there in class, I texted my realtor and asked her if we could go see the house that afternoon, because even still today, the market moves very quick. You do not have time to think over a decision. If you see something that you like, you have to act on it immediately, which is scary for such a big purchase that you have to be very impulsive. So luckily, I'm pretty good trusting my instincts. I'm not really someone that needs to think things over too much. So I went straight from school to this house without my husband even coming because he had to work, but he gave me permission to go see it without him, and I FaceTimed him while I was there. And it had everything we wanted. It had an up-to-date kitchen, a fenced-in yard, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, an attached garage. It was in a neighborhood and next door to the neighborhood pool, which I counted as a win for sure. And so I'm showing this to my class. I'm like, guys, I think this is my house. And so anyways, long story short, we were able to put an offer in that afternoon. My husband did eventually get to see it before we made it final. And yeah, everything went really smooth, and I'll be sure to fill you in on some more details on some of that process as we go throughout this project. But anyways, all that to say, this project really walks you through the exact steps that you need to take to find a house, because this is exactly what I did to find our house. So let's get back to the work here. For part 1, I have recently updated this document with some new website links as of this morning. So the first thing you're going to do is think about 3 cities that you'd want to live in realistically. So I put kind of a fun option down for Charleston, South Carolina, just to give you a fresh example to look at. And so that's the example I'm going to use as we go throughout this project. Also, I want you to think about sticking with the same zip code. So once you choose a city, you're going to see once you get to this Home Fair website that you have to pick a zip code. So let's do that first together. Click on homefair.com. And over to the left-hand side, you should see a link that says City Reports. And I know that I want to be looking at Charleston, South Carolina. It's a lovely city if you haven't been. Very historic, southern. It's awesome. Beautiful homes. So the zip code that I am going to be using is like the heart of the city, not the outside cities. So it's going to be a little bit expensive, but they're really fun to look at. So, all right, once you find the zip code that you're going to use, make sure you write that down somewhere or include it in your document. It'll be important for part 2. And then I'm going to use median house value. I want you to write that price. That's really steep. That's a very expensive home, almost a $1 million home, in this box right here. Okay. And then you're actually going to be using a different link altogether for the property taxes. This is an average based on state, and that's what we're going to use. Okay, so 0.50%. As you can see, New Jersey is at the very top of that list. I'm sure you can speculate why. All right, so I'm going to continue with that information and come down here to part 2. You, for your project, will have to complete this information for your other 2 cities that you chose. And again, I'm going to include my zip code here. All right, so now I'm going to go to Realtor.com. Type in my info of where I'm looking. And this website is fabulous because it gives you so many filters, okay? Now, if you look over here at the directions, it says you're going to be shopping for 5 homes total. 3 of your 5 must be an average priced home based on the price of the average home that you just found in part 1. Okay, so I want you, for those 3, to try to get within $100,000 of your median home value. Okay? For the other 2 homes, the sky is the limit. You choose your idea of a dream home. They don't have to be in either of these cities that you looked at, but they can be, just for fun. Make sure that you do not use rental property because this is buying a home, okay? A lot of times, especially in big cities, if you're looking in LA or New York or anything like that, you're going to find way more apartments rather than single family homes. So I'm going to show you a really quick way to immediately filter those out of your search. So once you have your information here and you have your property type, go ahead and just click single family and hit save. And then I know that I want to be within about 100K of my average. So just to help kind of break down my search, I gave myself a price range. Okay? Now's the fun part. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so I'm going to click on this one because this one's in 100K, within 100K of my average price. And so here's what I want you to do. Go ahead and record the address because this is going to be important for your other parts too. 3 bed, 3 bath. This is 137 Bufane Street. Okay, and then all this information is usually highlighted in this little synopsis in the top of the page. So square footage is going to be right here. We're always going to be looking at the square footage of the actual home, not necessarily the yard and the property. Okay, so just to stay consistent, make sure you are only writing down the square footage of the home. And just to let you know, that is a lot of square footage. That's a big house. Total price of home. Bedrooms. Bathrooms. Features. Okay, so here's where I want you to find features. Click on property details. Usually they give you the best features of the house in this little paragraph right here, but you can always see more by kind of clicking that arrow. If you're looking for something in particular, like a finished basement or a garage or a fenced-in yard, usually that's where you will find stuff like that. Okay, so just kind of skimming this, I can see that this house has refinished hardwood floors, a large kitchen, nice appliances. Those things are all really important to me. Oh, we have a fireplace, street parking, a white picket fence in the yard, and there is a garage as well. So I'm just going to, you can bullet point or list some of those highlights. of maybe why you chose this. I really liked the exterior of this home. Try to pick like 5 things that you like. And that'll be something you can compare as you look at your other 4 houses as well. So I think that summarizes parts 1 and 2. Remember, 3 of these are going to be your realistic options, cities that you researched up here. And then the other 2 are going to be just for fun, dream house, sky is the limit. Kind of like the car project, remember? Anyways, if you have any other questions, please reach out to me. I'm going to be continuing to post videos on the other parts as we're going to get into some very particular details about buying a home, and I want to make sure that we are all on the same page and doing this correctly. So let me know if you have any questions. Happy house hunting, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.